8-Bit Jam is a 10-day challenge to create a game with 8-bit limitations, specifically a relaxed version of NES Limitations. The jam runs March 14th to March 24th. You can sign up now through the link in the description. The phrase 8-bit is very vague and confusing, so to be more specific, we're using the NES as the basis for our definition. Our basic requirements are relatively relaxed to encourage more people to join the jam and to allow the use of any tools you're already familiar with. But if you want to be more accurate in your application of NES Limitations, more power to you. I'd even be happy to see some actual NES ROMs developed in the jam if you're up to the challenge. The basic jam requirements are as follows. First, get as close to a 256 by 224 pixel display as your tools allow. Most game engines and tools will allow this, but in order to allow anyone to use whatever tools they want, we're making this slightly flexible. Use NES-style controls with a D-pad and 4 buttons: Start, Select, A, and B. Of course, the Start and Select buttons shouldn't be used for general gameplay, they're more for menus and selection and pausing and things like that. Mainly you should have a D-pad and 2 buttons. This doesn't literally need to be buttons, although it is nice to have gamepad support. You can instead support keyboard controls, but you're probably bending the rules a little too far if you use mouse movement. Use chiptunes for the music. I recommend the free Nintendo VST if you want to make this in your DAW, or you can use a tracker like Fama Tracker or Fama Studio, which produces even more authentic results. Only use colors from the NES Wikipedia color palette, available on low spec, plus the clear color. Avoid partial transparency. Everything should either be a solid color or clear. There's a link to this palette on the jam page and also in the description below. And finally, limit to 2 layers, one for the background and one for the sprites or foreground. These limitations are of course way more flexible than the actual limitations of the NES, but if you want to be more authentic, check out the article by Noel Berry, which is linked in the description, and provides more detailed information on how to match the limitations of the NES hardware. Of course, if you want to really accurately match the NES hardware, you can just develop a NES ROM and be 100% authentic. In addition to the focus on 8-bit games, we have a theme and 3 diversifiers that will be announced at the start of the jam to provide more challenges for you and more variety in the resulting games. All of these additional limitations are optional, although the theme will be part of your ranking in the theme focus rating. Although you are allowed to use all 3 diversifiers, I strongly recommend that you use at most 1, as it's hard enough to meet the focus and theme on their own. Plus, the whole point of them is to diversify the entries. So if everyone tries to do all 3, we just end up with a lot of similar games. I will announce the theme and diversifiers a few minutes before the jam begins in a kickoff video. These will also be posted to Discord and on the jam page when the jam begins. I strongly recommend you figure out the tools you're going to use and how they're going to meet the technical requirements before the jam begins. We allow the use of general purpose code created before the jam, so anything related to setting up screen resolution, tiles, sprites, palettes, audio, and so on is fine. Just don't start working on the game prototype before the jam begins. If you have any questions about the jam, you can post on the community on the jam page, or contact us on Discord, or leave a comment below. I am super excited to see what 8-bit games people cook up in the coming weeks as a lifetime fan of the NES, and I hope you're as excited about it as I am. For now, click the link in the description to sign up for the jam, hop on the Discord, and get your tools ready, and I'll see you in the next video.